Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So this is not a treasure hunting video. This is the only week that it's not going to be a treasure hunting video. All the weeks after this will be. But a lot of people have been asking, they wanted to see updates on the new shop, the new renovations, and everything I'm doing. So this is kind of like an intro to that. It's the only video you're going to see on this channel that has to do with woodworking or construction or guitars or anything like that. All of that stuff can be seen on my other channel, Klesh Guitars. There's a link down below if you want to go subscribe to that channel. But this video is kind of just like showing my regular viewers what's going on here. And if you're not interested, feel free to click off of it. No problem. Next week, it'll be another treasure hunting video. As a matter of fact, it's going to be a pretty good one because I went to New York City and I scraped the sidewalks again, and I got a whole giant bucket of this stuff. So there's going to be all kind of gold and diamonds for sure. I know there's definitely faceted gemstones in what I found. I didn't get a chance to go through it yet. I've been busy with what you're going to see here in this video. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy it. And yeah, definitely check out Klesh Guitars channel down below. Link in the description. And go subscribe if you want to see more of what this video is about to show you. So I hope you guys enjoy it. There it is. Bringing you guys with me the first time. I'm walking into my very own shop, wood shop. I've been a guitar maker for about 20 years, and I never actually had something like this. I've always done it in like a small room or a separate bedroom or in my kitchen counter or something. But now I actually have something where I can make some production here. There's 200 amp service here. There's no insulation in here. And once it's insulated, what I plan on doing is partitioning this off. So this entire room is not gonna be for woodworking and guitar making and all that stuff. It's also going to double as the Paydirt room and the panning station. Crack is here. This is going to be a partition wall. So we're going to have, this will be one room, and then there'll be a door that goes over into the wood shop, which is plenty big. There's so much stuff that I can do here compared to where I was living in an apartment. Everything was in one bedroom. As far as the Paydirt company, my studio, and then the panning station was on a small balcony. But now I have this entire space to do anything I need to do can be done here. This is the first video and maybe the only video that's going to be on the Klesh channel. The rest of my home renovation videos will be over on Klesh Guitars. So that's going to be where like all the construction stuff happens, all the guitar related stuff is right now. So definitely check that out and subscribe over there so you don't miss any future updates on the shop. All right, so I'm just moving some hand tools in. I gotta get an air compressor in here and blow all this stuff off. I got some nails and stuff in the studs that I need to remove before I can start installing the insulation. I'm gonna get rid of this stuff, these shelves, and I think this is like a headboard from a bed, and there's another one right there. So I just gotta kind of remove all this stuff before I can get to work. All right, day 2. I got a few more tools over here. But yeah, I'm gonna start insulating, and this is day 2 here after receiving the keys. All right, back at the shop, we've got half of our insulation here, but we can't really install it yet because there's a few things we need to do. The first thing I want to do is all this wiring and stuff. I don't want it like that because it would make it really difficult. It would make it impossible to put up my tongue and groove knotty pine. Another thing I have to do, we got some exposure to the outside like this here. They kind of just drilled a hole into the side right there and then routed it around and said that was good enough. Another thing I want to do is remove this. I haven't seen this inside of a house since like my grandparents' house, like in the 90s. So of course that has to go. We could just rip this out and it kind of goes right through the wall. That's a landline phone for anybody that might not know. Not sure what that's all about right there. We'll figure all this stuff out. And there's a few gaps to the outside. Of course, we're gonna fill all these in. Even if we can't see them, we're gonna run a bead of caulking along all this. But before I do that even, I have to blow it all out, make sure it's clean so it sticks. And then finally, we can probably go ahead and start putting up our installation. All right, day 3. I took all those funky waterbed headboards and cabinets and stuff that were up here, took them all down, and I kind of dismantled them. I got all the salvageable wood. There's actually some nice oak doors that I can repurpose for something else. There's some plywood pieces as well. These big, this is like the main headboard part. These are actually pine. So I could use those. Those shop lights that were hanging, I got rid of those. I didn't get rid of them, I just took them down because they were wired improperly. They weren't even really wired, they were just kind of extension corded up. I got some Loctite expanding foam, just went around. I did notice there was some gaps where I could see light. So I just went around the entire thing. Now, the next thing I'm thinking of, maybe for tomorrow, I was gonna do it today, but I mean, I'm kind of telling myself, I can get up as early as I want, but I have to stop by 6 or 6:30 p.m. You know, I got plenty of time. For some reason, I feel, I'm just really excited that I got this place. I wanna get it done. I wanna start making guitars, to be honest. And I wanna get this wall up. I wanna get the business in here. I want to put that partition wall up. Okay, it is day 4 and we're still in the echoey shop here. I wanted to fill these cracks in. I got to about here and I ran out of the self-leveling stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue filling those up. I got a few more and we'll just finish that up. I basically had to clean them all out with a wire brush and blow them out with the air compressor before I started filling them in. And I wanted to get that done before I started framing out the partition walls. So the garage door needed to be insulated. And the way I did it is I basically bought some of that 1.5 inch R7.5 insulation foam and just cut it exactly into the size of each of these panels. Now you would think they would all be the same, but they were actually all a little bit different and they needed to fit exactly. So it was definitely a process. It took 4 of the foam boards to complete the project. And yeah, that's really going to save a lot of money once I get the furnace in there. All right, March 12th. This is about 1 month after moving in. We're moved in, we got all the boxes and stuff in the house. We're completely out of the old apartment. And then we just got back from New York City and Pennsylvania. And most of this stuff was done before our trip. But basically, I'm installing USB outlets up in the eaves. That's what I did today. I've got 12 outlets all the way around. I'm starting to put some insulation in. Yeah, that's the first one, and I ripped it a little bit. I'll get better as I get going. Just learning how to cut around outlets, and you know, don't worry about that. That's my first one. I'm gonna, like I said, they'll be better. The last thing I need to do is I bought this furnace, this heater for the shop. It's a 60,000 BTU. And I'm gonna install it myself. Yeah, this is all the insulation. These are unfazed R19 bats. They'll be going in the ceiling, but first I'm actually gonna spray the ceiling, do a flash and bat. So basically underneath this, I have a heater down here, and this is a 2-part spray insulation. I only want about 2 inches of spray foam on the ceiling and lots of holes in the ceiling. Basically, I just want to fill in any kind of little drafts with that spray stuff first. And then I'm gonna put this R19 in on top of it. The code where I live is R49 for ceilings. And luckily this isn't a living area, so it doesn't matter. There's no soffit vents or ridge vent or anything like that. I don't have to put any kind of baffles or anything like that. It's just basically spray foam it and then put the bats up. But right here, I'm gonna tie in my last electrical connection. Just gonna put a 20 amp receptacle right about there for the furnace, because I'm gonna mount it in this area right here. I do have to run a gas line. Gonna dig a trench. I'm gonna come out about 4 feet, dig a trench, 24 inches deep, right to the shop. So it's coming together. Just, you know, trying to keep, you know, when you're moving, it's hard to do one thing at a time because there's so many different things that have to be done right away. So it's kind of like a priority list. I also installed all these LED lights. Right now, they're not hardwired in or anything. I just installed an outlet here so I have light in here for now. I'll hardwire these eventually. But for now, it's just for utility. Just so I could work in here. So up here in the eaves, I have a USB outlet so I can constantly have my speakers charged up there. I'm gonna have a Bluetooth speaker in the eaves of each side. That way, I don't have to worry about charging the speakers. I just installed those today. That was today's job. I also have to change out these windows. But yeah, the electrical was fun to run. Did all the electrical. I ripped everything down and started from scratch. Pretty much all I have to do is spray that insulation on the ceiling next. Put up all this. This is 12 rolls of R15. That's going in the walls. All right, so it's still cold out, and I had to make like a hot box down here in order to heat this stuff up before using it. And can't really see it there, but it's highlighted green, which means it's ready to use. There's an A and B part. Basically, I have to hook them together and then put on my Tyvek suit and spray the ceiling. And then I'm gonna put these bat insulation up in there. These are R19s. So, and then on top of that, I'm gonna put the Knotty Pine tongue and groove ceiling after I drywall all of my walls that I just finished insulating. And also insulated the garage door. Maybe I'll throw in some footage of that as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and insulate this. Spray foam, insulate the roof, ceiling. So, yeah, those are the only 2 tarps I had for this entire project. I wish I would have known. I would have put tarps everywhere, because as soon as that stuff starts plugging up, it just spritzes and sprays everywhere. But yeah, it went up pretty easily. I got about 2 inches. I had bought 2 kits, so I went over it twice, and I got about 2 inches of spray foam insulation in the ceiling. All right, so there you go. That's plenty of time. That's like a 15-minute video there. Just showing you guys the progress of where I'm at. I still have some of that spray insulation on my neck and everything. That stuff, I should have wore like a face mask. I just had goggles and a respirator on, but man, that stuff sticks to you. I had to shave my arms because like it was stuck to my arm hair. But anyway, there's, yeah, I still have to put up the insulation, and then I'm going to do the drywall. I'm going to do the tongue and groove cathedral ceiling in there. And yeah, you can see all that stuff over at the other channel. So if you want to see more of that, feel free to go subscribe over there. It would be great to see you over there. Leave a comment on my most recent video. Let me know you subscribed. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week with some gold and diamonds in the sidewalk cracks from New York City. Thanks for watching. If you're still here, you're one of the 42% that haven't left, so thanks so much. And also big thanks to all my Major Credit Patreon supporters and channel members scrolling right there. And also, if you enjoyed this video, you're really going to like the other ones linked here, so definitely check those out, and I'll see you guys on the next video.